99% of the world's internet travels through cables that are narrower than a standard garden hose and rest at the very bottom of the ocean. These cables lie in pitch darkness, 4,000 meters beneath the sea. Your bank transfers, video calls, and sensitive military communications all travel through about 500 fiber-optic cables stretched across the oceans. In total, they span 1.4 million kilometers, long enough to wrap around the Earth 35 times. Inside each cable are glass strands thinner than a human hair, transmitting data as pulses of light. But life at the bottom of the ocean is far from safe. These sensitive glass strands are wrapped in steel, copper, and Kevlar, the same material used in bulletproof vests. Tech giants like Google have even added a special anti-shark coating to these cables. But why would sharks bite the internet? Scientists discovered that the electricity running through the cables creates a weak magnetic field. Due to their highly sensitive biological sensors, sharks mistake this field for the electrical signals of prey and bite down on the cables with all their might. Yet, sharks are the least of our problems. The biggest nightmare for militaries and governments is humans. These cables are the backbone of the global economy and security. In the world of politics and espionage, advanced submarines from countries like Russia, the US, and China carry specialized equipment. They can approach these cables in the deep ocean and intercept data without anyone knowing. Even worse is the scenario of war. If these cables are intentionally cut by enemy submarines during a sudden conflict, the internet, banking, and radar communications of an entire continent could be completely blinded in seconds. Even without war, these cables suffer damage and breaks 100 to 150 times a year due to underwater earthquakes, ship anchors, or other accidents. Repairing them with specialized ships takes weeks and costs over $1 million each time. So where does satellite internet like Starlink fit into the picture? Can satellites replace these undersea cables? The truth is, no. Even with thousands of advanced satellites orbiting Earth, all the world's satellite systems combined still lack the capacity to handle even 5% of international internet traffic. Satellites are excellent for remote areas, ships, and airplanes, but they lack the bandwidth and speed of undersea cables. If the ocean cables were to be completely cut one day, satellite internet could only keep vital military and government sectors alive, while the internet for ordinary people would practically disappear. The story of this massive network began in 1858, when the first transatlantic telegraph cable was laid on the ocean floor, connecting the United States to Great Britain. That cable was humanity's very first version of the internet, and today, our entire lives, jobs, and connections depend on these tiny strands of glass resting in the darkness of the deep sea.